Hi, Maisha.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm well. So I see that you're 35 weeks today. So I actually want to talk to you about routine GBS screening. Have you heard about this before?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so GBS testing is recommended by the AOM, so the Association of Ontario Midwives, and the CDC. So GBS stands for Group B streptococci, and it's a type of bacteria in about 25% of women. So usually it's not a problem for the women, but there is a potential for it to transfer to baby during delivery, and that could lead to early onset GBS disease for baby. So that encompasses things like pneumonia, meningitis, sepsis. So if you did have GBS, we would actually treat for it with antibiotics during your labor to reduce the risk of it going to your baby.
Okay. So, what does the test entail?
Yeah, so basically it's just a swab of your vagina and rectum. I could do that for you, or you could do it yourself, and then we would send to the lab, and then they would let us know if you were positive or negative.
Okay. I don't really know if I really want to swab my vagina and rectum. Is it, like, what would happen if I didn't take the test?
So the alternative to you not doing the test would be during your labor, we would just watch out for any symptoms of GBS. So some of those include things like preterm labor, prolonged rupture of the membranes, if you were to develop fever, and then we would treat for the GBS then.
Okay. So are there any risks to taking these antibiotics?
So the biggest risk would be anaphylaxis. That typically happens for people who have a penicillin allergy, but we know that you don't have a penicillin allergy, so I wouldn't worry about that. There is some literature on treating GBS may cause other bacterial infections, but there isn't much information on it, and usually it's not a problem. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so if I take the test and it turns out I am positive for GBS, and then we treat with antibiotics, is that at that point it's like 100% sure that my baby won't be infected?
So unfortunately, it's never 100% certain. There is a very low risk of it still transferring to your baby, and then from that risk, there's an even lower risk that baby would even develop early onset GBS disease, but it is very severe, so we try to treat for it as much as we can.
Okay, so it sounds like the risk of my baby getting that early onset GBS disease, if I am GBS positive, is pretty low, but then there are some risks to taking antibiotics. So I'm just wondering if I really need to take the test and if I really need to take antibiotics if I am positive, just because I don't really want to be taking medication unless I really have to.
Yep, so you are right, it is very low, but I would say things like pneumonia, meningitis, sepsis are very dangerous for a newborn. And since like the risk of taking the antibiotics are so low, we just try to like mitigate the potential for GBS disease as much as we can.
Okay. I'm still unsure. What would you recommend?
So I'm a little biased from my perspective. I would say it's better to know and then plan for the worst rather than not know. But of course, it is always up to you what you decide to do. But I would say go for it, since even the actual test itself doesn't even carry any risks with it.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I think I will take the test.
Okay, great. I'll get that ready for you.